Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I want to speak to you tonight. I want to speak to you in a way that you can understand me. I want to speak to you on whatever level it takes for you to understand. We as human beings are special. And I want you to know when I say we as human beings, I'm talking about from who we might think is the most renowned to that one we might think is nothing but pure deep filth. There are those of you who hold others to the highest esteem, while they to the lowest low is what they hold for you. These are conditions that we have derived from ignorance, from lies and deception. And I'm speaking to everyone. We have created systems that serve our purpose, and it is as crooked as it can be, every system. You've heard of something called a Ponzi scheme. Madoff from a few years back. Some of you might remember that. Supposedly, he was busted. Now, what was he doing? He was doing the same thing that he saw systems of government do. He just brought it down from the big thing to what it worked for him. Well, this is the reflection. And now what we do as human beings today that would satisfy each and every last one of us. I want you to know some things, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is me telling you this. And I'm speaking from my heart. Because I am convinced that there is a power that's bigger than me. There's a power bigger than white folks. There is a power bigger than Americans. And there are powers that are bigger than MAGA. That power is so special and so wonderful that from that one to that one, they have the backings of that power. The problems that we have in our world today is a reflection of ignorance. It's a reflection of, when you're ignorant, you get stupid. Really stupid. For instance, you got politicians that you have elected and sent to Washington, D.C. and to state offices to represent you. Now, basically, you want to live a decent life. And for some strange reason, based upon the system in which you live in, you have an understanding that that cannot be outside of what you are claiming. And for some strange reason, it just does not include others. This, my friends, is the way of the world. And what is the way of the world seeking? Power. What basic power? Well, if Madoff saw it like that, what about the mob? What is the mob doing? They're saying the same thing. They say they see the systems operate as they do, and they're not ignorant, they're not stupid. So they just try to bring it down to a different level that they can do to the people and benefit from the people just like the system does to the people and benefit from the people. And so on, we have laws that are set up to supposedly protect the innocent people. Well, it's really not about you. It's really about them, the games that they are playing while we're supposed to be too blind to see it. And we are too blind to see it. Why? Because we taught them to have a filter there. And we don't see that. We don't understand that. and it must be okay. It was here when we got here. What can we do about it? Nobody tells us that this power that we cannot see, that is responsible for all of this earth, responsible for all the resources that exist on this earth that are used to do the things that we, the people, have determined are absolutely essential for us to do to enjoy this life, or have some measure of it. And not just for some, but for everyone. Yet we have amongst us ideologies that reflect what we have today. War, killing and slaughtering, big shot, the baddest, missiles, playing games with we the people who are ignorant, too ignorant to know what's going on. We don't know that we can be living. So we walk around every day with our heads stuck in the dirt, wondering what we're going to do, listening to crap we don't want to listen to, and even though we don't, it seems as if there's nothing that we can do about it, and nobody cares, because it's serving someone's purpose, and it's not ours. When I say ours, I'm talking about all of us. I'm not just talking about some. I come to tell you that this power is responsible for every last one of us. And we who know that must express that. We become the living energy amongst the darkness of the ignorant people of the world. By what? Confessing the truth. And challenging people not to punish you, not to do what you do, not to get a hammer hit you side the head even though you deserve it, not to lock you up in some bondage prison though you deserve it, but to free you from the fact that you think that you got to boss somebody, because ain't nobody going to let you boss them no more. Right now they're going to listen to God, and the God that they're listening to is reflected in them and the way they're willing to treat you, the way they let you off the hook. While we together do it a different kind of way. We do it the way that it works for all of us. All of us. And it's the divine way as far as I see it, because none of you smart folks, none of you great people have been able to come up with solutions. You're doing the craziest things you can ever imagine. And you want people to listen, vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. And you run your mouth just like that. And you're doing nothing for the people. You're doing nothing for the people. But what can you do for the people? You don't know the truth. You don't know how wonderful it is. You don't know the role that you are playing. Let me tell you, the way that you have been tricked is that everything is related to money. Anything you want out of life is related to money. When they want to milk you out of money, they'll pay a football player $25 million. Is that right? No, that's not. No, that's not right. It's so much more than that. For playing a game that you have been drawn to love and will pay your last dollar to see, or engage in something else, some other part of the game. But it's all the same: to abuse, to deceive. And what's happening? They created their own children. They call them artificial intelligence. And what are they trying to do for you? Change the education? Deny you the truth? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, everything has been working against you. Everything has worked against all of us. The guys who are running the show, the rich folks, the billionaires, the millionaires, and all of those who are in the position of power to have something to do when it comes down to the people and the nations of the world. No. We understand. I understand. But today, everybody matters. And that means that this earth is for all of us, not money. Everything that we do, we desire, we need, we want is divine. It has been made that way. You love it. Everybody wants it. But the game won't allow it to happen. But God says it does. And how do you do it? by engaging you, every last one of you, in the process of creating and causing a manifestation of all the things that we just described here, that the people may access it at their will, and it causes them nothing. Why? Because it is demanded that the people of this life participate in this life and find that which gives them their greatest joy and engage that in the process of causing a manifestation of these things I've just shared with you. So the reservoir of goods and services are flowing like heaven. And people are accessing it like heaven. Because everybody's happy, because they're free, they're prosperous, they're joyous, and they're happy, and they are living their dreams in the daytime. Now, every last one of you just heard my voice want that. Every last one of you want that. Some of you want it, and you want others to not have it. Why? Because that's just the way you think. That's just the way you are. That's just how crazy you are. There are those who think that their system is the best system on the face of the earth, but you ask them, is the same pain and suffering that we point out in other countries absent in your own? And if you can't say yes, then what the hell are you talking about? And you the people, what the hell are you listening to? You go to church, they tell you about something that has done nothing. All of these years that you have been living, you've been hearing this and it has done nothing. And it has caused you to do nothing but act ignorant and stupid by listening to all of this that's robbing you of your life, that's robbing you and your friends and your neighbors and your sisters out of their lives, teaching you to hate rather than love. There's a God, my friends, that you can allow to live in you. You don't have to be following some dictates of some crazy son of a gun. No. You could work together for the common good of love. Woo! To eradicate the pain and the suffering. To eradicate those things that no one wants to find themselves doing. But making it possible, we the people, not I, not you, us, using the power of love to change even those that would put guns in our hands and cause us to go and kill and cause us to hate, can be free. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought it just didn't make too much sense for you to be watching on television every day. These politicians, they're lying asses. That's exactly what they are. Even if they are supporting their constituents and their constituents are against the other constituents, they are all lying asses. If you can't work together for the common good of all, then you are a lying ass. Now, to me, my understanding is that the poorest of the people would have to move. They will have to begin to reach out, to want to know the truth, to ask the power to show them what love is and how they are to apply themselves in love. And love. Now, what does that basically mean? Excuse me. That means that those things that you suffer at, keep them on the forefront, all of you together. These must be satisfied. What these do, they represent the failures of the system in which we live. They represent, when you're homeless, when you don't have a job, when you can't do this, when you can't do that, this system represents that. This, my friends, is the failure of the system. Now, they might point their finger at you in any kind of way. I guarantee you, giving you your choice, you jump out of this in a heartbeat. No, but they got a rope around your neck saying what you can and what you can't do rather than being free to be who you are. And so, I just want you to wake up and realize that you can't stop those floods You can't stop those hurricanes. You can't stop those tsunamis. You can do a lot of things, but you can't stop that which God controls. And I want you to know that God controls love over hate. And love is going to defeat you. Love is going to defeat you, hate. Well, I feel okay. I feel okay. Because I want you to know, from you up here to you down there, that you are equal. But each of you are being abused for different reasons. But it fits a common cause, and that's evil. Your pain and your suffering is the evidence of that. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that I've said something. I hope that I've said something. Said something. Said something. Goodbye.